I think we're seeing going into the new year, I think the pace in Q1 has been probably at a pretty similar pace to last year. I think there was concerns in Q4 when you saw the volatility in the public markets that might have an effect on the private markets. And, notwithstanding some of the volatility today, I think stocks are up, software stocks in particular are up pretty significantly from their lows. So I think in general, the private market continues to feel very healthy.
And a lot of companies on the other side came out into the public markets in 2018, and it looks like 2019 may be even bigger. There are lots of big, shall we call them 747s lined up on the runway.
Yeah, and I think the markets are likely going to be receptive to them. I mean, I think that there's still a pretty strong desire in the public markets for growth. And I think that when you saw the volatility in Q4, fundamentally, I think these stocks got re-rated because people were afraid that maybe the growth that had been experienced over the last 3 or 4 years was not going to continue. And I think what you're seeing in Q1 is as companies report, they're reporting relatively strong numbers, and the stock prices are reflecting that. So I think if you look at what I'll call the comp universe, both in the software space and largely in the internet space, is very healthy. Which I think is going to lead to a pretty good market for IPOs in 2019.
And your IPOs last year did very, very well. DocuSign, Smartsheet, Pluralsight, all of those are trading above their IPO price. That's tough to do.
I think we've invested in great companies, and while I don't talk about the particular performance of our public entities, which we're shareholders in and on the board of, I think our strategy is if you invest in high quality companies with great management teams and in good markets whose market positions continues to increase, they generally do well. But I think if you were to look at the broader index, you see a lot of software businesses perform well, and I think it's because the underlying trends. People invest in software. People invest in software because their revenues increase, but people buy software because actually it has very high ROI. And so I think one of the things that we believe, and it was true in the last, it's been true when we had economic volatility before, you don't see the same cyclical impact in markets where there's significant ROI associated with that investment. And so I think there's more economic resilience to the business model.